In this next video demonstration, we're going to do some printer deployment via GPOs and the print management snap-in. So let's go in here and check this out. So let's go into the administrative tools and print management, and we're going to make our lives a little bit easier by going into our printers, and we are going to first of all deploy the sales printer to a new GPO called sales printer that is linked to the sales OU. Probably what we need to do first before we get going with this is actually go in here to our AD users and computers, Active Directory users and computers, and get our OUs set up. So let's do that first. We'll come back. So let's go to hugo.local, which is my last name, .local, my domain here, and let's make a new organizational unit. And let's call this sales. Let's make another organizational unit while we're here called HR. And it looks like we already have a marketing organizational unit. So here's our marketing, our HR, and our sales. So we're ready to go with our OUs. Now let's get back in here and let's deploy this sales printer to those people in the sales OU. So let's go ahead and do deploy with group policy. And we are going to browse. And we are going to put this in the sales.hugo.local. And we are going to click up here to create a new GPO, and we're actually going to call this sales printer GPO, and we're going to deploy this to all users in the OU. So as it says here, per user, and say add, and say OK, and say OK again. Next thing we want to do is do the same thing for HR. So we're going to right click on the HR printer and do deploy with group policy. And we're going to browse, and we're going to find our HR organizational unit. We're going to make a new GPO called HR printer. And we're going to apply this to every computer in the OU. Add that, and say OK. And the last thing we want to do is our marketing. So let's deploy that. And we're going to browse to the marketing OU, and we're going to make a brand new, in fact, let's just get rid of this one here. Don't need this one. This is from an earlier demo. Let's make a new OU, and let's call this marketing printer, or actually a new GPO. And we're going to deploy this for every user in the OU, per user. Say OK. So if we look at our deployed printers, oh, for some reason our marketing one didn't go. Let's do that again. Let's take a look at it here. Deploy with group policy, browse, marketing printer. We want it to be users and add. There we go. Say OK. Don't know what I did on that last step there, but now we can look at our deployed printers and we can see all three of those have been deployed out. Now, in this last section of this lab, it says Mr. Hyder, the Human Resource Director, pun intended, logs into the Windows 7 computer but doesn't see the HR printer. Give Mr. Hyder the ability to print to the HR printer without modifying the GPO. Well, the problem typically with GPOs and Active Directory is that the appropriate objects have not been given or put inside the appropriate container. So if we go and look at Active Directory users and computers, and we go look inside the HR organizational unit, we don't see any objects in here, neither a user or computer. And for the HR, we wanted that to be for every computer in the HR OU. So what we need to do is we need to drop our Windows 7 machine into that HR OU, and let's see, let's go look under computers, and where is our Windows 7 machine at? Controllers, marketing, users, where is our Windows 7 box at here? Did we accidentally delete that at some point in time? Well, I accidentally deleted mine somehow, some way. But what you're going to need to do is when you do this is you need to take the Windows 7 machine out. I'm just going to act like this is a Windows 7 machine and right click. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll just use one of my XP machines as an example. But I'm going to right click this and say move, and I want to put that in my HR organizational unit. That way, when I look at my HROU, I can see that that machine is in there. And again, just act like this is your Windows 7 machine. Now that that machine is in there, when Mr. Hyder logs into the Windows 7 machine, he'll be able to see the HR printer added. And what I'll do, just to give this a better feel for demonstration purposes, is I want to take that XP machine. Let me get back in here and find my XP box. Where is it at here?